A user with D410 nickname asked me to make a video about authorization on websites using requests library, and he suggests to use SeeTheShoes.com as an example. SeeTheShoes, as I understand, is an e-shop that hides its prices until you are logged in. This page has no prices. I am logging in with my fake account. And it redirects me to the catalog page with prices revealed. Okay, the task is simple. I have to log in to the SeeTheShoes.com website with a requests library without using Selenium WebDriver to get product prices. The task is simple, but the solution is quite tricky because this website has a protection, and I'll show you how to bypass it. And now I want to create two Python scripts, config py and main py. And here in the config py file I want to create variables to store my username and the password. And the password is also the string, something like this. And now I want to import these variables into my main.py script. From config, import username, password. Then I need an entry point of my script. And now let's import the requests library and look at the service responses. If you need to install requests, you can do it with the pip install requests, BeautifulSoup and LXML. In the main function, I am creating a new variable, the URL I want to send the request to. It will be, and now let's examine again the web page. First of all, I want to know what requests my browser sends when I submit the form. So I'm opening the inspector. I need the network tab, and I am submitting the form. And there is a login request. It's a post request with 200 status. Maybe I was wrong. Yep. Post requests, and the server responded with 302 status code. It means redirect. The website redirects me to the catalog page, and it uses sessions, so I have to use sessions too. So to perform all requests, I have to use the request sessions, and I can do it with using the with context manager. I want to save opened session to the session variable, and I'm creating the response variable that equals to session variable, and I'm calling the post method to perform a post request. The first argument is a URL, this one, and the second argument is an auth parameter. It's a tuple The first element of this tuple is a username, and the second is the password, these variables. By default, all requests library methods allow redirects, so if the page will change its content, I will know about that. Also, I want to use pprint function to print out the server's response. Response text. The text property returns me HTML code of this page. Or I can just save the response text to HTML file and then just open it in Chrome. Maybe it's even better. I'm saving opened for writing index.html to the f variable. I'm calling the write method and passing into it the response text. I'm running the script. Can't import name, username from config. Okay, username. Again. I've got index.html and I want to use atom leaf server. Atom leaf server will automatically refresh the page when the content of the index.html file will change. Just for convenience. And we can see that nothing is changed. I've got the login page again. Yep, we can see it in the code too, password input field, and here a user input field. And now I want to show the protection of this website and how to bypass it. Let's examine browser's requests again. So I have parameters of the post requests to the login page. Post that was successful, and the website redirects me to the catalog page. So it's the response I need. And first of all, I need to check the body of the requests. What data my browser send to the server. And in Chrome, you can see a body of a request at the bottom. So I need the form data section, and we can see here my username, the password key of this object is empty, and there are mysterious challenge key and the response. The challenge has no value and the response has some, this string. Okay, it's a form data. I think that it's time to examine the form. To get a form again, I have to log out. Login page. And this is the form. And we can see here that the form has input tag with username ID and the name username in the key div, and it has input tag for password, And also it has two hidden input tags, challenge input and response input. And the challenge input has a value with some string. But as you can probably remember, the challenge parameter of the request's body was empty and the response parameter had the value. But now it's reversed. The challenge has the value and the response doesn't. And the data of these two hidden tags were included to the request. And now if I refresh the page, 7cc 9e6, the value of the challenge input has changed. And it means that something happened when I submit the form. So we can see here that the form is handled by doChallengeResponse function. It's a JavaScript function, so we can just read it. Ctrl F, paste doChallengeResponse function, and this is the function. Okay, what does it do? I want to copy it and paste to my Python script somewhere here. So we can see that it has three parts, and the first part is the concatenation of some strings. We can see that it takes the value of the username input tag and add to it a colon. Then it gets the value of the password input tag, gets its MD5 hash and adds to this hash the colon. And then it adds to this string the value of the challenge input tag. So the resulting strings looks like this: username, colon, MD5 hash of the password, colon, and the challenge value. And then we can see that at the end of the function it gets the MD5 hash from this entire string, and this hash becomes the value of the response input tag. Password field and challenge field becomes empty, and this form data this function sends to the server. And now I want to reproduce this function with Python to do the same. First of all, doChallengeResponse function gets MD5 hash twice for the password and for resultant string. So I want to make a separate function to get MD5 hash. Python has a hashlib library, so I want to import it. And I'm defining a new function, getMD5 function, that takes some string as an argument. To get the MD5 hash of the string, I have to call the MD5 function, hashlib MD5, and it takes as an argument the bytes string. So I'm calling the bytes function, and as an argument I am passing into it the s variable, and I have to specify the encoding of this string. It's a Unicode string, so the encoding parameter is UTF-8. And to get the hash, I have to call the hexDigest method. And that will be the returning value of the getMD5 function. Let's test it. the hash of the red word. BDA DA4. BDA DA4. Okay. I have to get the MD5 hash of the password. So MD5 pass variable will be the result of the MD5 function password. I'm adding the colon. Then I need to add to a username the colon. Username as we can see here. And then I have to get the value of the challenge input tag. And to get it, I want to use BeautifulSoup library. So I have to import it from BS4, import BeautifulSoup class. I need an instance of the BeautifulSoup class. It gets as an argument HTML code of the page, so I need the response variable, its text property, and that'll be simple get requests without auth parameter, and I have to specify a parser, HTML parser. I want to use LXML. And now I need to find the challenge input tag. So let's go here again. And the challenge input tag has ID challenge. I'm calling the find method. I'm looking for input tag with the ID equals to challenge. Then I have to get its value. Let's test it. Local variable username, reference before assignment. It's weird. Okay. I've got the challenge value. And let's move on. And at last I have to create the resultant string. So the result will be a username, email in my case, plus MD5 pass variable plus challenge, and then I have to create the response value. I'm calling the getMD5 function and I am passing into it the result string, or just copy it here. And now I've got all needed data and I want to send it to the server with a post request. So data object, it's a dictionary with a username, with email as the value, the password, name password, sorry, it will be an empty string, then challenge parameter is an empty string 2, and response is response. And then I'm sending a request to the server. It's all within the session. Session post URL data parameter equals to my data dictionary, this one. And here I want to use our post. Now I want to print our post text, username, email username plus colon. Okay, username should be username, because email has colon at the end. Okay, let's test it. And I think it's done. Yep. The prices, we've got prices. It's not login page. And we can see it in the code too. For example, it's done. And the conclusion. There is no security at the front end. So if you like the video, please thumb up and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.